that was a judge of Israel. Now, if there's something, if there's more, and I learn more, I will change what I just said. But what I will tell you, this is that the Most High can work through women just as well as He can work through men. It don't always have to be a man. And we as Israel got to get away from that. That, you know, there's a reason why we was given helpmeets, you know, and iron sharpen iron. You know, we gotta get away from that thing that women can't say or women can't do things that's according to the Most High's will, because some things they do and say is according to the Most High's will. So we want to go ahead and we're going to get started here in the book of Deborah, not the book of Deborah, but in the fourth book of Judges, and we're going to start at Judges 4 and 1. Judges 4 and 1, brother Darren.
Judges 4, verse 1.
And let's just be sure, brothers, to mind our comments while we're going down through here, okay? All right, we ready? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay.
Judges 4 and 1.
Okay.
And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of Yahweh.
So we can see it's on the screen, right? It says that, and the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of Yahweh. Right? Read.
When Ehud was dead.
And they did that when Ehud was dead. Remember, Ehud was one that brought them out of another time of oppression. But as long as Ehud lived, Israel honored, you know, the Most High. But as he died off, it's just like any other time, same thing happened with when Joshua, you know, did the same thing. As he died off, then the generation started to do different things other than what they was led to be done by one of the judges of Israel. So it's like this old saying, when they cast away, the mice will play. But a lot of those Israelites are not dealing with the issue that we just talked about in the book of Nehemiah 1 and 9. Is that it's a constant thing. It's not something, this covenant, you know, Israel takes this covenant real lightly, really lightly. You know, for whatever reason why our judgment gets off sometimes, we do different things. It's not, trust me, it's not the right thing to do. To go against what the covenant of the Most High is, willingly and knowingly doing this thing. So in the same sense of time here, we're talking about here where it said when Ehud was dead, that Israel did evil in the sight of the Most High. But evil is evil. It don't matter when you do it, but evil is evil. And next slide. No, I'm sorry. Read the second version, brother.
And the Most High sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan.
Remember Jabin? Go ahead.
That reigned in Hazor.
He reigned in Hazor.
The captain of whose host was Sisera.
Okay, so what are we saying when it says that that the captain of whose host was Sisera? What are they saying then? It's saying that, you know, Jabin was the king, but he used Sisera to govern the people, or as the army, or the captain of his army that go out and led in battle for him in order to keep his kingship. Okay? And read.
Which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles.
Okay, you see where he dwelt at? In Harosheth, right? Of what? Of the Gentiles. Remember that, right? So, what verse are you at now? You're going into 3?
Verse 3.
Read, my brother.
And the children of Israel cried unto the Most High.
Like always, remember the cycle? You remember the cycle? Israel mess up, they cry out, they be delivered. They mess up, they cry out, they be delivered. This is another one of those times when they have cried out. And what?
For he had 900 chariots of iron. And 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel.
This is one of the times that he did it for 20 years. They was in oppression for 20 years in this hour. Why? Because they did what? Because the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Most High. That's why that happened. The same reason why we're in this oppression that we're in today, because Israel is doing what? Evil in the sight of the Most High. And it don't help to know what the truth is and then respond and then consciously go against it. It don't make sense. That only thing that does is broaden your oppression. Okay, and read that 4th verse.
And Deborah,
a prophetess,
the wife of Lapithoth.
You did pretty good with that one, brother. You did pretty good with that one. Lapithoth, we'll call him Lapithoth. Anybody going against that word? Everybody good? All right, brother, we got your support. So we're going to say that was the wife of Lapithoth. All right, and what?
And, she judged Israel at that time.
You see that? Out of all the men in the sight of Israel, out of all the men, he chose a woman to judge Israel at that hour. Y'all see that? There was thousands of men of Israel that was available. Thousands. But he chose who? He chose Deborah, which is a woman. Isn't that strange? Especially from what we know in this hour, what we've been taught by Hebrews, that women have to take a back seat. Isn't that strange? I don't believe in that. I believe that we go with what the Most High say do. And look here, this is Israel. This is getting ready to that next scripture going to come in place, but we'll view this picture now. And that's Deborah sitting at the palm tree of Deborah. That's what they call that. They call that the palm tree of Deborah right there. Everybody see it? All right, my brother, read.
And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel on Mount Ephraim.
And this was she dwelled, and you see it, at Mount Ephraim. So we hear Mount Ephraim a lot in this book. So that kind of gives us our mind a general location of where she was, which is what? On point for Israel. Because Israel dwelled in that area. We have a lot of reading of them dwelling in that area and reading.
And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
You see that? They came up to her for judgment. She didn't have to go out and say, come on over here to be judged. This is the judging spot. No. When the Most High puts something in order, he puts it in order. When we turn and get out of order, what do? He oppresses us. Right? So she judged at that time, right? And go ahead and read, my brother.
And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinadab, out of Kadesh Naphtali.
So what did that tell you? Naphtali. That means that was one of Naphtali's tribes, right? Okay, we know who Naphtali is. He one of the big 12. Right? Let's keep it going.
And said unto him,
and what she say?
Hath not Yahweh Elohim of Israel commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali.
And what?
And of the children of Zebulun.
2 of the brothers. Go ahead and read.
And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Sisera.
Who is Sisera? Sisera is that captain. The captain. Sisera is the captain. Right? Of what? Of whose army?
The captain of Jabin's army.
Yes. Okay.
With his chariots and his multitude. And I will deliver him into thine hand.
So now, what did that tell us? Just by reading that one verse. That one verse. What did that tell us? Any idea? What did that tell us? No? All right. Let me just throw a few things out there for you. Yes, ma'am.
It was telling, she was just like, Barak. Didn't the Most High tell you?
All right.
He told you to do this and you didn't do it yet. Didn't he tell you he's going to draw you? I need you to do this. Take 10,000 men of these tribes. He told you he's going to draw my name. Why you didn't do it yet?
Right. So that means
pretty much certain authority open in that sense by saying, what's up?
So and another thing is she was one of the judges of Israel, right? And she knew that the Most High had given that to Barak, right? But another thing we can say is this right here. We can see here that Barak had already been notified by the Most High that a battle was about to take place. He had already been notified, right? And then the Most High, he do things in detail. The Most High also, he told him where to go. He told him where to go. And he told him how many men to take with him when he went. And he told him where to get the men from. Also, the last and most, and yes.
It just makes me think of, because they call her, not only was she a judge, she was a prophetess.
Yes.
And her prophesying is also a way of saying what the Most High already said.
Yes.
You know, like today people say prophesying means you're going to predict and you're going to say all this magical stuff. But a lot of prophesying is just reconfirming what the Most High said.
Exactly. That's true. Very true. It's just like a brother years and years ago said that the Most High gonna give him $1 million, and everybody that's gonna be in church that day when he got it, he gonna give all that money. But he didn't. The Most High didn't tell nobody else this guy's gonna be a millionaire, and he's still waiting. This been years and years ago, right? So we gotta think about it. You know, the Most High. Remember, Scripture in Joel said what? And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. A woman can prophesy sometime and men won't pay no attention to it. They won't believe it. But according to Scripture, now they read the same book we read, and out of my book it said that a woman can prophesy. So it said your sons and your daughter. It didn't say your young daughter, it didn't say your daughter's under 18, it didn't say one's under 5. Every woman is somebody's daughter.
I think it was actually 4 more women that was deemed as prophecy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was in Acts 21 and 9.
Okay.
Where it tells about 4 women being prophets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what was the names? Miriam, Nodiah, and Anna, and Udiah. You know, I ain't great with these names.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was more than, but you said that there was more than just one. This is just one of the occasions. There have been many others that women that you know just support what we're actually saying here in what is being said in the text. And our commentary to the text is that women can prophesy, and the Most High does use women. He used women, you know. So we gotta give you know there's a lot of Israel that has came up a road that has really banned women from doing anything, but we got to understand that as long as there's as long as the Most High so deemed it to happen, it happens. But I'm sure there's consequences and there's situations that covers the women as they do that, because we do know that the man is the head. We know that. But if she have a covering, then he can use her above the man as long as he cover her. Does that make sense? I mean, I could be I'm the covering of my wife, but he can give her something much more powerful than he give me if that's his choice.
Absolutely.
If his choice to give her something a little stronger than what he gave me, then he gonna give it to her. And then at that point, he give it to her so that what? Not that she can just that she can just hold it. She got to give it to him. Remember, the woman took it to the man to carry it out. Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say innately, you know, Israel as a whole, men and women have a more aggressive nature.
Yes.
But we gotta use it in the right context. Instead
Exactly.
of using it for wrong and using it to hurt other people and hurt our people, we gotta use it for the Most High and for His glory. If we're not using it for Him, then we're using it in vain.
Yes.
So we just being aggressive and showing out for no reason. So
Right.
we can roll our necks for the wrong reason.
Yes.
But He gave us a spirit for a reason. But we gotta really know His word to know what for.
And you know, it's kind of hard knowing that the Most High can, for a woman, it's kind of hard knowing that the Most High can work through a woman, but the woman still has to be humble to her head. She still got to know she got a head. She still got to reverence him. You know, she still got to reverence him. When you get to a point where you stepping over your head, then now you got a problem. Now you got a problem. You know, so Israel does things, but we don't want to get to a point where we get so big here that we get so out there that we can't fall under the on the law of the covering. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So where you at, my brother?
Verse 8.
Verse 8.
And Barak said unto her,
And Barak said unto her,
If thou wilt go with me,
say what?
if thou wilt go with me,
Now, who is this Barak guy?
then I will go.
Who is he? Who is Barak?
Israelite from that time.
He's got to be. He's got to be one of the head guys of Naphtali because he was chosen. He had to be one of the captains of the army. He had to be, he had to be a highly aggressive guy when it came down to being a Hebrew and war. Remember, he had to be. He had to be something like I'm going to say, in the same category of a David or a Saul. You know what I mean? Because not in the choosing of the way he was chosen, but the Most High chose him to be where he were. He just came from the tribe of Naphtali, that's all. But whatever, but then, but my thing with that is that he looked back at the woman.
You going with me?
You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not biased at all about things. I don't,
He said that when you got the message, you go with me.
I can see it as a brother, man. I'm saying, right? So that tells me something really, really. That tells me something really, really strong there.
He respected him.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But keep reading, my brother.
If thou wilt go with me, then I will go.
What she say?
But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
And then what she said? But wait. He said, now you don't go with me, I'm not going. But if you go with me, I'll go. But if you don't go with me, I'm not going. This is a woman, the man telling the woman that. I can see the woman telling the man that.
And you talking about going into battle.
Right, you talking about battle, swinging swords, javelins, and all the things they beat people with back in the day we went through, that we were just talking about. What that thing they used, that man? What's his name? Chef, huh? Yeah. They come on down, so they put pressure down, taking out blood. And this man tell the woman, I ain't going to. You gotta put your blood up there too. You gotta put your blood up there. You say you gonna do it, you gotta put your blood out there. Where you at, my brother?
Verse 9.
Verse 9 says what?
And she said,
I
will surely go with thee.
She said, I will surely go with you.
Notwithstanding, the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor. For the Most High shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman.
And give me that scripture where you at. What's the number, brother?
Verse 9.
You verse 9? Okay. She said they're going to put the hands up a woman and what?
And Deborah arose and went with Barak.
Did you see that though? Now you think about what's happening now. This man is supposed to be a highly respected man of war. Number one, it took a woman to push him to go because it seemed like this man already knew what he was procrastinating. Right? You know what I'm saying like that? And then he also, then his faith is not that strong. His faith was in her. He was using her faith. Because he said to her, if you go, I go. In other words, if you feel, if your faith is so strong in the Most High, and you're so confident that he's going to do this thing, I'll go with you. If you go, but I'm not going with nobody else. And I'm not going by myself. Right? And then, not only that, it was told to him by her that that this guy Sisera was going to be given to Israel through the hands of a woman. So it's saying that a woman going to take him out. You're not even going to be the one to take him out. We just need you to be there, man. Do what you got to do. Do your part, but when it comes down to him, a woman going to take him out. So isn't that something? So this king, Sisera, hoping this really big guy. But at the end of the day, the Most High said that your name is going to be degrading because they're going to say a woman took you out. Isn't that something? I mean, my mind races when I see stuff like this. It make me just look on down through there, right? So where you at, my brother?
10th verse.
10th verse.
And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh. And he went up with 10,000 men at his feet. And Deborah went up with him.
And Deborah went with him, but Deborah said, sure, I'll go. That shows her faith. She said, okay, I'll go. Most women, you say, look, I ain't going to battle unless you going to battle with me. Can you imagine that? A military wife? He get ordered to go to Iraq. No, look, I'm not going on Iraq, baby, unless you go with me. She was like, okay, I'm going to start cooking the pancakes and eggs, buddy, because we ain't going nowhere. But you know, it's just funny how things, you know, come to play, right? And the 10th verse says that Deborah went with him, and what else?
10th verse.
Did you finish the 10th verse?
Yeah.
Give me that 11th verse.
Now Heber the Kenite.
Now Heber the Kenite.
Which was of the children of Hobab.
Okay, and he was what?
The father-in-law of Moses.
He was the father-in-law of Moses. Isn't that something? Y'all see that? Keep going.
Had severed himself from the Kenites.
You see that? He separated himself. Why did you think about it? He separated himself from the Kenites. When we go back, we'll find out that the Kenites had something to do with this war they were trying to pull up on Israel, the oppression of Israel. He separated himself because he knew the power of the Most High. He knew when the Most High come down through there, there's going to be no stone unturned, and somebody going to believe. And see, when the Most High was sent to Israel to wipe out a nation, they were supposed to wipe out the nation. Everything with breath in it. I mean, the horses, the dogs, the cows, the pigs, whatever but they shouldn't have a pig, but they're heathens, they could have a pig. But they supposed to wipe all that stuff out. But he knew better. He said, look, I'm separating myself from you guys. Y'all want to start messing with Hebrews? I'm done. I'm going this other way. And where you at, my brother?
And pitched his tent unto the plain of Zanin, which is by Kadesh.
So now, Heber, his name is Heber. The Kenite, he had a wife. And his wife's name was Jael, which is another woman that according to this Bible that our Elohim used at his own discretion, by his own choices. Okay, so let's just remember that Heber had a wife. Heber the Kenite had a wife, and that 12th verse.
And they shewed Sisera that Barak, the son of Abonam, was gone up to Mount Tabor. And
then they showed Sisera that Barak, the son of Abinum, I can't pronounce that word.
Abinum,
right, was going up to the Mount of Tabor, and what?
And Sisera gathered together all his chariots.
He gathered together all his chariots. Remember, he's the king's captain. He's the dirty guy. He go out there and do all the dirty work. Okay?
Even 900 chariots of iron.
He had 900 chariots of iron. Okay.
And all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon.
You see that? He got all those Gentiles together. He got all of them. We're going to go against Israel. We're going to get Israel. Right? So, we know that he gathered together, about 900 chariots of iron against Israel. And most of the time, the chariots had at least 2 people on them, from my understanding. But Brother Chunks, if you give me Genesis 10, 1 through 5. Genesis 10, 1 through 5. We got to understand that he pulled the Gentiles. He pulled the Gentiles. Right?
Ready?
You ready?
Yep.
Read, my brother.
Genesis 10.
I want you to hold tight right there, Brother Eric. We're gonna read this one. We're gonna read this one. Go ahead, brother.
Genesis 10, 1 through 5.
Genesis 10, 1 through 5.
Now these are the generations of the son of Noah.
See, it's getting ready to tell you who these Gentiles are. What?
Shem,
Uh-huh.
Ham, Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood.
And that's all these were the sons born after the flood. What?
The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, Medan, Javan, Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and the Ratham, and Togarmah.
Okay, y'all remember that? Y'all remember y'all saw they said Ashkenaz in that video. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw Ashkenaz? Okay. Read it.
And the sons of Jamin, Elisha, Tarkish, Kittim, and Duadim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue and after their families in their nation.
So these are the ones that rose up against Israel at that hour, after they had already had Israel in bondage for 20 years. Think about who has us in oppression today. Think about it. Even one of these nations that we just spoke about, right? Not only are they a part of the oppression, but they came in and took our identity. Took the identity. So after 20 years that the Most High did what he's going to do now, imagine what he's going to do after 400 years. Just let that run through your mind. It's not going to pop out in this lesson, but just let that run through your mind for a second, right? Let me get Judges 14. I'm ready. Go ahead. Go ahead with 14. 4 and 14.
4 and 14.
Judges 4 and 14.
And Deborah said unto Barak,
Up.
For this is the day in which the Most High hath delivered Sisera into thy hand. Is not the Most High gone out before thee?
What?
So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him.
Now, I meant to put this in here, but I didn't do it, right? I meant to put this in here, but y'all look at this. Look at this. So Deborah had to tell him what? To get up. You had to tell him, get up, man. You see that? How has allowed us to defeat them. Get up. This dude probably laying back, not going to go, probably scared, don't want to go to battle. He don't feel like fighting against the sword. Those battles were brutal. Those battles wasn't just something, you know, it was more hands-on.
With no sniper rifle.
Well, no sniper rifle.
Get close in
You
person.
had to go in there.
Yeah.
You weren't going to throw nothing and get it done now. Unless you're pretty straight with life, you still got to be at least, 15, 20 feet close. So, we looking at this thing. This guy really didn't want to, but Deborah had to tell him, get up, man, get up. Then our allow us to defeat them. We supposed to win it. That's her faith. She willing her faith over him. You see that? She willing her faith. And this supposed to have been a man of leadership in battle. Right? And it says that, and did you read probably says, so Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. Right? But this sounds like that he was procrastinating to me. It's like he didn't want to go. It took her to push him down through there. It's like he was procrastinating. She had to motivate him, man, because he was acting off her faith from the beginning. Off her faith, we established that he was dealing with her faith at the beginning. He didn't have no true faith in that. He didn't really believe. Because remember, they had just not too long came out of 8 year oppression. Yes, ma'am.
How many, was it 10,000 or more?
Yes, where's that at?
Where you got some from Zebulon and some from Naphtali, right?
Yes.
So all of those men, none of them said nothing?
It was 10,000. 10,000 men. And none of them said, come on, let's go get this done. Them men was chilling too. I ain't trying to go. I'm not trying to go out there. Nah, I ain't trying to get in all that.
That's the day.
We gonna keep everybody we got, man. We just gonna kind of chill. But we gotta remember that when the Most High say move, man, that's the time to move because you're being protected.
That's right.
Especially if you line up. If you line up. Right? Give me that 15th verse.
And Yahweh discomfited Sisera and all his chariots,
And all of his chariots,
and all his hosts, with the edge of the sword before Barak. So that Sisera lighted down off his chariots and fled away on his feet.
He had to leave that place, didn't he? So I did look up that word, discomfort. It didn't say discomfort, it said discomfort, right? And one of the definitions it gave a word that was likened to discomfort, which was I can't pronounce the word archaic, ARCHAIC. Archaic. Oh, okay. Okay, and it means to defeat in battle. The ground sown with discomfort. And it says to frustrate plans of. All right.
Got some more further definitions there as well. Disturb, drive, destroy, break, consume, crush, destroy, discomfort, trouble, vex.
Right. So that just goes to show the Most High was doing his job before they even got there. Right. Judges 4:16.
But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the hosts unto Harosheth of the Gentiles.
So now listen, remember, Sisera went to Harosheth to get them, and all of them was from there, and they came over to where Israel was to start a fight. Now they've been chased all the way back where they came from. They came out strong, but with the power of the Most High and the guidance of the Most High and the faith of Deborah, willing her faith over unto Barak. Now these guys on the back pedal. They headed back. They running. Read it again. I'm sorry.
And all the host of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left.
Was not a man left. Howbeit
Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite.
So now remember now, hold your spot. So remember, right? It's saying that Sisera fled away on his feet. Isn't that just like somebody get this big war started, everything, get to fight? If you notice, a lot of guys know a lot of stuff kick off, and the main character take all running.
Yep.
Man, I'm helping you, man. You need to come back. Go ahead, sister.
I was just thinking about what you just said about the 10,000 men. Deborah had to order Barak to get the 10,000 men up because if they came and they was all chilling in the Black Sea, they would have caught them black.
That's right.
So she had to tell them, get up because they coming. Like,
They would start with uphill battle. The worst thing to do is start from your back up to fight. You're already on your back. Now you gotta get up and fight. That's a hard thing. Sword probably wasn't in his hand. And then it says what? Now remember now, we said before that Herbert the Kenite had a wife, and his wife name was Jael. And this is the same one that they separated themselves from them and went into another land. But now, this guy, Sisera, he didn't run back to his land where all his other guys ran back to and got slaughtered in their own country, in their own land. He went to a friend, right? And ran right into I think it was Herbert's wife, the Kenite. All right? And read from there.
For there was peace between Jabin, the king of Hazor, and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera, and said unto him, Turn in, my lord, turn in to me, fear not. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle.
Jael went out there and met him when he rolled up, right? Sisera was tired. He was scared because he was running. He was thirsty, and he needed some rest. Jael gave him a place to rest. He said, come on in. Come on in. You can rest right here. And read that 19th verse.
And he said unto her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink.
He was thirsty. Give me a little water to drink. Read.
For I am thirsty.
And what?
And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him.
Now y'all think about this, right? From our experiences, right? They say we want somebody to go to sleep, give them nice hot milk, warm milk, give them warm milk. He asked for water. Oh no, let me give you some milk. You got a nice place you lay down right here. Let me give you some milk. Take this milk. They say the milk will put you to sleep. I don't know. I never tried it really. But that's what they say, right? You just gonna just for argument.
The babies.
Yeah, that's right. No, grown people too. Some people, grown people, they like have milk and cookies before you. Yeah, people get a little warm milk and toddy all up, right? So, did we read the 19th verse?
Yes.
Okay, and gave him milk to drink, and then it says at the end, said what? And she covered him. She gave him milk and tucked him in. She tucked him in. I know you're tired, scared. I know you're running. I know you need some rest. Come on over here. Here, drink. I need some water now. I'm really tired. Oh, but look, take this milk. Drink this milk. You know, lay on over here. You got the cover, tuck it all around. Go on and sleep. Get yourself some rest. Right? Something must not have felt right to him. It could not have felt right, right? Because read that 20th verse.
Again, he said unto her.
What did he say? Again, he turned back to her again. Now he got tucked in and everything. Got that milk. He said, what?
Stand in the door of the tent.
Now you stand in the door of the tent. I want you at the door. Read.
And it shall be, when any man doth come and inquire of thee, and say, Is there any man here? That thou shalt say no.
I want you to take a lookout. You keep a lookout for me while I get this rest. Read.
Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent.
Y'all know now listen to the nails with the little spikes we use now for tents. Ain't nothing on the spikes they had back then. Because those nails had to hold the tent down through those big winds and everything. They had them big ones. Go ahead.
And took a hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him.
She eased him now. She put him to sleep, tucked him in. The man got to snoring. She went on down through there with that stake, and she walked slowly. She just came in slowly. She wanted to disturb that good rest. Go ahead.
And smote the nail into his temple, and fastened it into the ground. For he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
She hit that thing so hard with the hammer that it drove through his head down into the ground, affixed this man's head to the ground.
She brew.
Next slide. Look at that. So that was how they used to make the steaks back then. Look at the hammer. She drove that thing down through his head and affixed his head to the ground. Isn't that something? Give me that. Where you at that, brother?
26.
And read.
And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him, and said unto him, Come, and I will show thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples.
Go ahead.
So Yahweh subdued on that day Jabin the king of Canaan before the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
And the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin the king of Canaan until they have destroyed Jabin king of Canaan.
Hold tight right there. Brother Johnson, give me that, go back in the 4th chapter, give me that 2nd and 3rd verse right quick. Y'all don't have to go. Just listen to this real quick.
Judges chapter 4, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And Yahweh sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned over Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto Elohim, for he had 900 chariots of iron, and 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel.
So even though the Most High, put the children of Israel under him in captivity, he oppressed them for 20 years, right? But you see that? The Most High still handed him, the oppressor, back into the hands of Israel. There's nothing different from what's going on in this hour, God. There's nothing different. We just gotta go back to to Jeremiah 1 and 9. We gotta go back to Jeremiah 1 and 9, and we gotta get a clear understanding of Jeremiah 1 and 9. Because when we sin against the covenant, right, whether it's willingly or unwillingly, we have to answer for that. And at that time, when that happens, right, you got to understand something. You're not covered. And you don't, and even though you ask for repentance, you still have to answer for that. You still have to answer for that in time to come. So we don't want to uncover ourselves, because his promises always is delivered. His promises are delivered. We know our forefathers have been in this bondage that we in this hour for somewhere around 400 years, a little over 400 years. Now, this captivity was supposed to be for 400 years. But we still got to sit back and let the Most High do what he do. And we just got to keep ourselves in his order and let him bring us forward. We don't have to get together 144,000 men to go fight anybody. We don't have to do that. The Most High going to choose who he wants to do this. We got to make sure that we in line with the covenant and that we don't defile the covenant. When you defile the covenant, you put yourself out there, right? Because at one point, he was dealing with Israel as a whole, but also it's broken down to individually. What we do individually, if you know that, and you got to have a heart to know that even if Israel is rising up against you, whether it's backbiting, whether it's just in your face doing this or whatever it is, and they know that they're wronging you, Israel got to pay for what Israel do. Israel has to pay for what Israel do. Even if you are a supporter in somebody's crap, Israel has to pay for what Israel is doing, right? And when the Most High pay back, he pay back in folds. So if you're already going through something, don't allow somebody to pull you into something that's going to worsen your life, worse than what it is, because they're already out of order with the Most High. Especially when you're dealing with the Most High's people. Whether you're a Gentile or whether you are an Israelite, when you go against the Most High's people that's doing their best to stay into the covenant, you are putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to see. You're putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to see. So you have to make sure that when you make a judgment call, you make your judgment call based on what you know about the Word, what you know about the Most High, how he protects his people, and what people he uses. When he's actually using someone, those are the ones you don't want to go against. Because when you do, your fate is going to be very short, whether you are a Gentile or whether you are an Israelite, a chosen person. You got to stay in the order of what? Of the covenant. A lot of Israel will not seek to read the New Testament. They want to stay into the Old Testament. They want to be to a point where they can say that I am Israel, but they don't want to live like Israel. They don't want to live according to the covenant, because the covenant means more than knowing the law. It means more than wearing a fringe. It means more than just wrapping your head up. It means that you respect your brother as a brother. You respect your sister as a sister. You treat your sister under Elohim like you're supposed to. You treat your brother like you're supposed to. You don't do anything against your brother or against your sister. You stay in line with the word of the Most High, because at the end of the day, your friend might do it, but at the end of the day, if you support it, you got to answer for what you do. And that's whether they in IUIC, wherever they at, it don't matter where they at, didn't mean to call out no name. That's whether they into another group, or whether they're in another alphabet group, whether your brother in the same class with you, it don't matter where they are. You are responsible for your actions. And when you feed trash or you stir trash up, it gets in your eye. And it's a painful thing. You got to make sure that what you do it in accordance to what the Most High has set forth for you to do. And keep it in that order. I need Judges 5, Brother Johnson. Judges 5, 1 through 3. Because at the end of the day, when he come back, yes ma'am. At the end of the day, when he come back, does you have something to say? Isaiah 55 and 11. Hold on, we got a brother gonna get that. Charles, have Judges 5, 1 through 3.
Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
Right.
But it shall accomplish that which I please.
So the Most High already, see, that's why we got to read some of the Gospels too. You got to read them, because some things that came through with our HaMashiach that makes a big difference in what's going on, in the way things was done when it came down through the Old Testament. But it's a shadow and type. It ties right in. But if you don't know these things, right, or if you know of them, but you don't know the severity of them, you got to realize that his word gonna go forward and it's gonna be effective. It's gonna do exactly what he meant for his word to do when it happens. We've got to make sure that we stay in line. The time is getting short. It's too short for stupidity. It's too short for arrogancy. It's too short for selfishness. It's too short for pride. It's too short for all those things that you go back and read about that's not the fruit of the Spirit. It's time out for that. And we don't know at any given time. A lot of people don't even realize what's going on around them right now today. Right now today. At any hour, anything can happen. They can reach America's soil at any time. But however the Most High find you is how you're going to be. So it's a personal walk. It's not a walk to impress. It's not a walk to lead. It's a personal war. This is a personal thing that has to be done by nobody else but you. Because at the end of the day, you answer for you. Deborah was one of our judges. And Gideon is next. I want to say shalom to each and every one of you. Did anybody want to go to the next slide? Oh, what you got? Close it out there.
I'm sure you agree.
Did I close it out there now?
You did.
But he got 5, so you're 5 and 1.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. You got to listen to them. Back with 1.
Judges 5.
I'm reading.
Then sang Deborah and Barak and the son of Abinoam on that day, saying, Praise ye Yahweh for the avenging of Israel.
It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. We're going to be giving praise unto Yahweh. We're going to be giving praise. Because only until you can't give a real good, strong, Israel cannot give a real good, strong praise like that until they've been delivered out of something that is so vastly, I hope that's like I want to say this thing, terminally wrong. They like that. They got to feel this thing before they. Why is it that Israel got to feel so much pain before they can give out great praise? It don't make sense. Just get a praise out and bypass the pain. But Israel, in a cycle, does that all the time. It does it all the time, in and out, in and out, the in and out of oppression for that same reason, right there. But it says that that in that second verse, it says that they said, praise ye Yahweh for our what? For the avenging of Israel. What?
When the people willingly offered themselves, hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye prince. I will sing unto Yahweh. I will sing praise to Yahweh, God, Elohim of Israel.
So we got to understand that the children of Israel, just think about it, when something great happens in your life, right? When he has delivered you out of something, don't you give him praise? You give him great praise, right? And that's on the small stuff. So wait till he give that ultimate gift or that ultimate reward. The praise is gonna be like so many people at one time praising it. It's just like gonna be like a pit. I mean, it's gonna be as thick as fall. We got to think about that. Gideon is next, my people, and I want to say praise y'all. I want to say thank each and every one of you for coming out today. We did speak on the two things. You can stop now, my brother. We did speak